Middlesex had one of their best days of this summer on the opening day of the London LV County Championship derby against Surrey at Lord's, and these are the first day highlights. Surrey won the toss and batted, and after a quiet first 50 minutes they lost 3 wickets in an over and a half. Steve Davis was the first to go, getting an inside edge from a ball from Tim Murtagh, which took off just 1 bail. That ended a partnership of 39 for the first wicket, and 4 runs later, his opening partner Tom Lansfield was leg before to Pedro Collins as he played across a straight ball. Middlesex were then cock-a-hoot when Rory Hamilton-Brown went in similar fashion to the next ball, leaving Surrey on 43 for 3. That brought together Surrey's most experienced batsmen in Usman Afzal and Mark Ramprakash, the latter coming in on the back of a brilliant 248 in his last first-class knock. His was a wicket Middlesex would have been desperate for, as he constantly racks up big scores against his former county. Instead, the home side had to make do with a wicket at the other end, as Afzal was the 4th man to go before lunch. He was another out leg before, this time to Toby Rowland-Jones for 11. Stuart Walters and Ramprakash ensured that their side made it through to the interval with no further losses, as they went to the break on 80 for 4. Ramprakash was still there, but only just, as this edge fell just short of the slip cordon. One of his many great strengths is that he can soon put things like that to the back of his mind and get back to scoring run after run. However, for once he didn't score hugely against Middlesex. Having made 44 out of a total of 108, he was comprehensively bowled by Collins, an unusual dismissal for the living legend. It had up until now been a stop-start innings from Surrey, and that continued throughout the afternoon. Matthew Spreagle hit a 4, but Walters was then bowled at the other end by a beauty from Murtagh and was out for 14 at 116 for 6. Gareth Batty and Spreagle then added a further, largely untroubled 26 for the 7th wicket, before the former drove Murtagh airily to Josh Davey and was out for 15, another batsman to get in and then get out. Chris Tremlett didn't do the first bit of those though, as he edged to Neil Dexter to give Murtagh his 4th wicket. Surrey had come into this match full of confidence, having won their last 2 LV County Championship matches. But they now found themselves in deep trouble, as Jake Dernbach had no answer to a short ball from Collins, which he could then only fend to Gareth Berg. Then the magnificent Murtagh completed his best performance of the season with the ball by having Spreagle caught behind for 25. Surrey had been bowled out in 46 overs for 167, Murtagh finishing with 5 for 52. There was still around an hour to go until tea, and Scott Newman against his former county, John Simpson, dealt with that short session admirably. They may have feared that wickets would continue to crumble, but they ensured that they didn't. Simpson pulled the fit-again Tim Linley for a 6 as his confidence grew. And with Newman also going well at the other end, Middlesex, who started the match at the foot of the LV County Championship, were putting themselves into a very strong position indeed in the game. The owners put on 85 for the first wicket to put them just 82 runs behind. Surrey were desperate for the breakthrough, which they got when Simpson, who'd made 36, tried to pull Dernbach but somehow managed to drag the ball back onto his stumps. In spite of that, Middlesex were still very handily placed, and Owais Shah wanted to make the most of a rare day of domination for them this season. The 100 was reached, and then Newman went to his 50 for the 3rd time this season. This one was made off a calm 114 deliveries. He will have been really disappointed not to score more than the 54 he eventually made. He tried to sweep Batty but was leg before to give Surrey some hope. However, as one Middlesex left-hander was starring for England, another in Dawid Malan was playing well for his county, as Middlesex finished the day very strongly. Shah was exceptional, ending it unbeaten on 44, made from only 47 balls. Within that, he struck 5 4s and these 2 late 6s, as Middlesex confirmed their superiority in the best possible manner. With an amazing backlift, he pulled Dernbach for 1, and then danced down the pitch to dispatch Batty almost all the way back to the Oval. By the close, Middlesex had already gone ahead in the game, finishing on 179 for 2, leading by 12 runs with Shah on 44 and Malan on 35. It was a memorable day for them, but one which the improving Surrey will quickly want to forget.